Well, good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm really excited to be here talking to you. And I want to make sure and say your name correctly. Everyone, I'm here with Gloria Garayua.
Yes.
I got it. Got it.
Good job.
Well, Gloria has a project that she's very excited about and wants to talk about, and that's why we're here. And I'm just going to give the floor to Gloria.
Thank you, Angela. So I've created a video series or online course for actors. And to me, that is very exciting. It's a big deal because I've been teaching for 20 years plus, and there's just not enough hours in the day to serve everyone one-on-one the way that I have been for years. I get inquiries in my inbox from people all over the world. So I've had students in Dubai, London, South Africa, all over the place. And so the time zone thing can be tricky. And the reason I've not been able to ever put together a group class is because it's not just a time zone thing, it's also an age thing or a skill thing. So I decided to do this. So this is an online course for actors. This particular one is geared towards beginners. However, I also want to say that it's not just for beginners. If someone wants it as a refresher, I think it's also good for that, especially because if someone has never studied with me, then they're a beginner to me. So they don't know my style or my vocabulary. In fact, one of my good friends from New York bought the series. I think he did it to support me, but he called me pumped up afterwards. We spoke for 45 minutes.
Nice.
He's like, I learned so much stuff I didn't know. And then you reminded me stuff that I did know that I forgot about. So see, this is why I just want to point out, it's not exactly for beginners, even though, bless you, I titled it Acting for True Beginners. Now I did that because the things that I'm teaching in the series, I think are fundamental. So really the foundations of acting. But if anyone is not exactly, curious, but not exactly sure, the table of contents of the subjects that I cover in each video is on my website. So they could take a look at that.
That's great.
So essentially what you would do is you go to my website. That's where I'm hosting all the videos. So it's just my first and last name.com.
We post all that information about you.
Perfect. And they would click on online video series. They would become a member of the website, which is free. That's just so they have access to the videos. The membership is $29.99 a month, which is really low. In fact, I'm actually thinking of raising it in 2022. So if anyone's interested in buying, now's the time.
There you go.
So you hold on to the course as long as you need, because it's a self-guided course. So if someone were to come to me on a weekly basis, they would see me for half an hour or an hour. This course has 17 videos. So if I saw them on a weekly basis, this would take 17 weeks plus, because there are some lesson plans that would double up. I would not be able to cover them in one lesson.
Right.
So right now it's a monthly subscription. So for $29.99, which is ridiculously low because I charge $125 per hour when I'm teaching privately. You just hang on to the video series until you feel you've learned everything you need. I would encourage people that for this low price, hang on to it for a little bit. It doesn't break the bank, and it allows you the opportunity to revisit these videos over and over again, so you can really make sure you have the fundamentals. So the point of me making this video series, Angela, was to really help the people that were inquiring for my services.
Right.
But this is also people who are actor curious. So those people who are a little nervous to jump into an acting class full of strangers, or are just a little frightful of the intimidation factor of being one-on-one with an acting coach. So this is something they can learn from the comfort of their own home, get the basics, and they should feel confident and encouraged afterwards because they're going to know so much. So there's 17 videos. Each video runs between 1.5 minutes and 7 minutes. And it's dense with information, which is why I'm saying, don't just watch it once and think you're an actor. You really need to learn it. Then the 18th video is a quiz. And I even created a guidebook so you can print it out and have something in your hand to turn the pages as you watch the series. It also has bullet points of every focal point of every lesson. And the bullet points are put in the form of a question because that activates your brain. And that's essentially it. So it is 17 videos, 1.5 minutes to about 7 minutes. and $29.99. So, I mean, that's pretty much my pitch.
Well, you know, I mean, it sounds like you've really put some work into this to like really pinpoint all the things that, like say someone, a novice like me, I never thought about acting or anything like that. If I looked at these videos, would I get, I could get an idea of what it would take to
More than
do.
idea. In fact, you might actually look at it and say, wow, acting is work. And that's
Well,
exactly
yes.
what people need to realize. There is some natural ability, of course, but then the rest of it is training and practice. And so what I'm teaching is the vocabulary that I would normally teach in a one-on-one. Because a lot of things that I'm encountering is people come to me when they have an audition that they want to get coached for, but I might throw out vocabulary that they're unfamiliar with. And in an audition coaching, I don't have the time to teach acting. To me, you learn acting in an acting class. So that time is separate from the audition. So people who are waiting for an audition to train for acting, it's too late, then that is not the time.
Right.
You really should be in a weekly acting class, but those classes can be very expensive, about $400 a month, usually for group acting classes.
Wow.
And like I said, privately, I'm $125 an hour. So if you see me once a month, that's about 400 something. Yeah. So for $29.99 a month, you're getting the vocab. What you're not getting is you're not getting me there holding your hand. For that, you would need a one-on-one. And a one-on-one is incredible. If you can afford it, the good thing about a one-on-one is that I'm there as an objective set of eyes to redirect your work and to give you improvement tips and to clarify things that are confusing. When we are learning from home, it's essentially like reading a book, right? But you don't have someone there checking your performance. And the element of performance is absolutely necessary if you want to be an actor.
Yes.
So you can act all day long in your living room. That's not going to make you an actor. But what the series will do for you is going to give you the things, the tools that you need to start. And that should help you at least have the confidence to jump into a class. This does not replace a class. And I've been disclaiming that in all of my interviews. You should still be in a class. But the good news is you'll learn what you need a little faster because it's self-guided. So as long as you're disciplined, you can sit there in front of your computer and learn.
And discipline is very important in acting. Discipline. Definitely.
And what I think sets this apart from like random videos on YouTube, and the reason why I would not suggest someone going in that direction if they want to learn acting, is because they're not progressive. So what I did was I went to YouTube myself just to see what my competition would be, and I didn't find any. People are posting acting videos, those do exist, but they're so random. There's not a course. There's nothing set up from point A to point Z where people could learn in a way that makes logical sense. So by studying with my course, if you want to jump around, I guess that's on the purchaser, but you should be doing it in order because that's how I created it. And that's how you're going to end the video series feeling confident.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, I can't wait. I'm going to check them out myself. Just
okay. Thank you.
So, okay. I know you're always busy. So besides doing this, what else are you up to?
Well, Maid just dropped on Netflix.
Yes, so, I saw that. I haven't watched it yet, but I noticed that it's up on Netflix.
Yeah, and it's doing really well. So this is Maid, MAID, and it's a beautiful but very sad story. But it's also very encouraging. We should put a disclaimer out there if anyone's ever been triggered with domestic violence or has had any kind of abusive issues like that. A lot of people are saying this is triggering them, but in a way that is very hopeful because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It actually has a fan base already because this was a New York Times bestseller in the form of a book. And then it was created into a mini series. So there won't be a season 2 because it's exclusive. It's just limited in those 10 episodes. So I booked a guest star role. So I'm in episode 9. And of course, when it dropped on Netflix October 1st, I ran to episode 9 and checked out my scene. And then I went back to episode 1 and watched. And, you know, as a guest star actress, they don't give you anything other than what you need. So I only had episode 9. So I didn't really know what else was going on. I have been watching this series, Angela, and I am crying.
Oh,
it is
no.
Good.
Okay. All right.
In a beautiful way, and it really opened my eyes because I've never been in a domestic violence situation, but there are other things too. It's not just physical abuse. There's emotional, there's fear tactics, there is
Oh, yeah.
intimidation, and I've had those things happen, and I watched the series and I'm like, "Ah, that reminds me of so and so, that reminds me of this," and it just kind of opens their eyes to like, yes, that
Yes.
is abuse,
Oh, yeah. I
and
mean,
it's not okay.
that's one of the things people don't realize how many types of abuse there is out there. Even the most even sometimes the most loving can be in a form of abuse. So
Oh,
yes,
yes. It
yeah,
can be over loving in the form of jealousy or insecurity or like tightness and wanting control over you and power.
yeah.
There's a little bit of that in the series as well.
Mm,
So I'm in episode 9. I play Penny,
mm.
and I'm 9 months pregnant. It's a prosthetic. I wasn't pregnant.
I saw the photo.
Yes. And my character's a hoarder.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I did a lot of research into that. It's very sad too. It's very psychologically associated,
Oh
hoarding.
yeah, yeah.
But there's different kinds of hoarding. So I was not the kind where the building should have been condemned. And I wasn't the kind where I was a negligent mom. I wasn't unsanitary when it comes to food. It was just stuff. So believe it or not, there is a specific hoarding that is more gross than others. Mine was, I guess, the lesser of the gross,
Oh yeah,
but it
no,
was
I know about hoarding. Yes, yes,
okay.
yeah.
I think we all know someone.
Yes, yes. So,
Yeah.
but so that's the latest project. Anything else coming up in the future, or are you
Gosh,
still working on it?
I don't think anything else. The reason why I have to even think about it is because I've been auditioning like nonstop, which is what we
Oh,
actors
that's
do.
good. That's good.
I had 3 over the weekend. I had 5 last week, and they're
Oh.
all running together in my brain. Some were callbacks, and I'm like, okay, did any of those turn into bookings? No, not yet. But not yet.
Not yet.
But I'm also auditioning for voiceover, commercial, TV, and film.
Yeah. Well, Gloria, I know you're busy. I'm busy. Everybody's busy. We're all busy on Zoom. Well, this was really good. I will, get this out there so people can
Thank
see it and
you.
check out your website and and see what else you're doing.
Yes. Can we take a screenshot before you go?
Yeah.
I can post it.
How do we do the side by side?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do mine top and bottom because that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Oh,
actually
that's fine.
so, but then we can try. Okay, smile. Got it. Now, if we do gallery view, we can do side by side. It's harder to post.
Oh, let me see. Oh, well.
Did you do gallery view on your end? Because my gallery
Yeah.
view is like, I think just for me.
No, I have both of us. So
perfect.
Well, we're top and bottom, but that's
I'll send you that one. Okay, are you ready? Smile.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. I'll send you those.
This is great. Well, thank you so much. Actually, I should have stopped recording. But that's all right.
That's okay. People see fun snapshots.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angela. So good to see you.
I'll talk to you soon, and hopefully we'll get. Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, thanks. Yes, in a few days. Yes, thank you so much. You remember. All right. I'll talk to you later. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.